I want to begin with this. My hand is here. There's a pot over here. Now, if I move this pot, if I move the light, you see what's going on here? If I move the light, I have a light right over here, right? I have a light right over here, and there's a pot. If I block the light, this light doesn't show up over here. Just want to try and show you about. Now, if I take the camera and put it in front of the light, the spot disappears. It's no longer there. So what do we see? What is the truth about the reality? I have a finger in front of the light. This finger is going to go in front of the light. And as I block the light, look what happens. So we can never know the truth unless we understand what's going on. Now, since there's nobody here to ask me any questions, so I'm really not sure where I'm going to begin. So I'm going to be making up a story. Here's the story. Whether you want to talk about the days of the week. So let me fix my camera over here. Okay. Okay. So let's say if I want to talk about the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, the other two ended up on my other hand, but one of them was the day of rest. How can I get the 5 days of the week and the 2 days on the weekend? Where should I start if Saturday and Sunday were on a different hand? Because Saturday and Sunday are spread apart. So should it be starting on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? How would we set it up with our fingers? How would we do that? So that's one simple equation. Now, if we'd be setting up the 6 days of creation to the 1 day of rest, we would still have 5 unless we started here. How would we move our days together? Irrelevant to the fact every single day is spelled in the alphabet. Now, whether you do it in French or whether you do it in English, as long as you're using that one basic alphabet, we're going to end up with a value for every single word. Also, we're going to, I'm here, but I'm of no understanding of this time. Sorry, but I am here. What does that mean? I'm no understanding of this time. I just came on early as, you know what I was going to do, just a simple video. I wanted to just talk about number 6 and number 8 and all their differences and what each 6 does and what each 8 does and where 8 can be the Monday of the next week. But in reality, if you have the first 7 days of the week, that Monday of the second week is 1 and 8 becomes the Sunday and the Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the first day of the week starts here and the last day of the week is here, 1 and 8. And we keep rotating our fingers until we start all over again. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do this. Let's take out this paper here. Now we're just going to use the initials, right? So we're going to go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We started on Sunday here. We ended up Sunday here. Now, what if I went, let me do this down here, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'd have 2 different equations using 3 and 4. I use 3 and 4. There's a division and a connection between 3 and 4 in numbers. Here's what it is. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 3 is 4. Plus 3 is 6. Now, once you add the fourth number, 2, 6, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Well, you're saying you're just going to the next day. It's just the 4th day. It's not the 10th day. So should I actually be adding all the days and use the whole cycle of 10? If I use the whole cycle of 10, counting every day as 1, should I be counting every day as 1? Well, if I have number 1, should I count every day as 2 or every day as 3? And why would I be counting each one of these days? Every day is noted to go around once, 360 degrees. But there's 1,440 minutes in a day. And 1,440 minutes equals to 3 times 300. Sorry, it equals to 4 times 360. So the equation, we have to understand what's going on. So that's just, I think I finished. Is this working? Just let me see. I can't see. So let me, more whiteouts. And at the same time, I'm trying to fix this whiteout. I can't forget. I can't forget. Wow, this one's not working either. I don't get it. Okay, 4 times 360, right? There's, the day goes around 360. There's 4 times 360 into 1,440 minutes. But there's 86,400 seconds. And that would equal to what number times 360? That would equal to, is it 24? Did I get that right? 24 by 360. I don't think this is working. Do I have another calculator here somewhere? Please. I have to have calculators everywhere. I don't. So I'm going to use the computer calculator. Let me get this calculator over here. And when we go to the calculator on here, or there it is, we have 86,400 divided by divided by 360 equals to 240, right? So we have 24, right? We have 4 times 360 minutes. So 360 minutes times 60 equals 21,600 times 4 equals 86,400. Now, when we had 360, I'm just trying to think, I'm just trying to get that equation again. Let me think of that equation. 360 times 60, right? 360 times 60 equals 2160. The moon diameter is 2,160 miles. I'm here, but I'm here. But I'm of no understanding at this time. Sorry. I'm here, but no understand. I have no understanding at this time. Better. Sorry. At this time. At location. Sorry. Forget the period. And okay. I'm gonna get that. So this one here times 60. So what is this? So in 360 minutes, there is 2,100. So this is 360 minutes, right? We have a skeleton. We see the day. We understand we have the 24 hours. We understand that we have the 60 minutes in every hour. We understand we have the 60 seconds in every minute, but we have to look a little bit deeper because there's more. So I'm not always coming out here to tell you a story. I'm here to tell you a story about every intricate part about the skeleton, and we find all these pieces so we can understand a deeper understanding and the relevance of the numbers that exist and where they go. So once we have this part here is telling me about Mars. Now there should be another equation. Can we get 3 into this? 480 times 3 equals to 1440. This one is going to represent Mars. This one is going to represent Earth. Earth as the 3rd planet. Mars is the 4th planet. Earth comes in with that. Mars comes in with that. Doesn't have any dot in the center. As well, if we needed to make Earth, we would do this. If we needed to make Mars, we would do this. At the same time, if I needed to do Mars in its own format and Earth together, no, I didn't get that right. If I had to bring Earth and Mars together, I'd be doing that. Or I would be doing that. At the same time, I can also be doing hold on a second. I would also be doing that. See, Mars can move around on planet Earth. Bottom right, bottom left, top right. Whoa, I didn't get that one right. We did that one. Let me see which one I'm missing. I've got the square here. I got the square here, here. I don't have the square in this corner here. Right. You don't have the square in this corner here. So here's 4 ways to create Mars and Earth together. Earth would end up to be like that, and Mars would end up to be like that. And by the way, Yod is this one over here. This one can also look like that, right? Some of us have already seen it. Let me see if I did this right. Others have seen it like this, as a jack. You know that also, if you did that, if we want to talk about number 8, we can talk about number 8 in love. And here, together with 2 hearts, is 88 or 808. And we find this on the bicycle cards. Over here is Yod. It's the 10th letter in the alphabet. Over here is 3, but it's 120 times 3 equals to what is 360. This one is 4 by 90 to equal 360. So we break down what is just a normal day, okay, of what is 24 hours is this entire situation, but it's a singular day because we have, in order to run a full cycle, we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Notice the gold that ends up over here. AU, when those two come together, that's gold. When TH comes together, it's time heaven, and it begins with 4th, and it ends in IETH with 20th. TD, regarded as the 6 and 1, the touchdown and the extra point if you'd like. Why? Would you like to ask why? Would you like me to tell you why? When you're talking in numbers and you went, let's say you go to the Olympics or you're in sports of some, or you're in a game and you ended up to be first, you ended up to be second, you ended up to be third, but when it came to 4th, it was T&H, and that was your abbreviation, and this is your standard death in creation, AAE 115. It's the key. 115. I'm going to get a drink of water. We're going to finish with this equation. I'm going to come back. Do you have any questions? Just don't hesitate. This, what I'm doing right here, and I go over this all the time because I'm, after 20 years, you know, I see what's going on. I would like that we can create a program that we can all input certain things. I would create it in a certain fashion that when it would start spitting out stories, nobody can fool around with the system, because all you'd be putting in is, I'd have to think of exactly how to set this up, because right now I see the all our words, all our numbers, all our games, the planets, the zodiac, the size of the planets, the rules and the regulations, and the complete elements, all the elements that exist, all the things that are concrete, the certain words that are concrete. Baseball and hockey, it's a concrete word. We play with a puck. We have rules and regulations, but are they the same all over? Well, I don't know. Do we play in a hockey rink, a hockey square? Where do we play? Is the surface of the hockey rink flat? And is the ice normally frozen? Do we play with hockey sticks and use goalie pads and have a goalie net? Do we have a goalie in the net? Do we have players on the ice? Do we call them right wing and left wing? Do we call one of the players center and they're face to face because there's two teams, one going this way and one going this way? And then there's the referees and the penalty box and the infractions, the cause of the penalty. There's three periods of 60 minutes. Anything to do with 3 has to do with 120. 120 has to do with 15. 15 has to do with Mars and has to do with quarters. Why is that? Because 15 is 1/4 of 60 seconds. Because the numeric value of 15 or 51 is the numeric value of Mars. So when you say Mars, you're saying also the invert is 15 seconds on a 60-second clock. You're talking about quarters. The numeric single value to Earth is 25. The numeric value for Jack is 25. Heart and Earth are just the H moving from one end to the other end, equaling to 52. It creates 17Q, the gateway to the mirror world, or the split or divided world, or the crown. 4 and 3 come together with 3.5 in the center. What I tell you comes from the reality of games. The stories I tell come from games, come from language, rules and regulations in mathematics, rules and regulations in biology, rules and regulations with the periodic table, rules and regulation for weights and measurements, the English language, the French language, the way we write certain words, I before E except after C, the French language, why we don't pronounce the H. Yes, Earth and the heart are the same. And if you don't mind, everybody, you don't have to do it all the time. Write in capitals. Let's write in capitals. And the thing about the E on square paper for Earth, right, is that the E in a small, right, the E, hello TV, the E, well, I can do this, right? That's for G. Or I can make a G this way, right? But if I want to make the G that way, why don't I just turn it this way? Now it's a Hebrew letter. But if I did it the other way, the G also looks like the E, which also looks like a 6. Inverted could be looking like a 9. Mathematically, it would be 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to 6 equals to what is 9, in which is A, B, C, B, C, D, C, D, E, D, E, F. This equals to 15, 1 and 5 is 6. CDE equals to 12, 1 and 2 is 3. ABC equals to 6. BCD equals to 9. 3, 6, 9, 6 is your rotation of numbers. Now, if we go to E, F, G equals to 18, 1 and 8 is 9. If we go to F, G, H equals to 21, 2 and 1 is 3. And G, H, and I equals to 24, 2 and 4 is 6. So what is our total result from this base evaluation? And do not forget that we must overlap and come back to the beginning again in order for what created life. The numbers have to come back to their same number. Let me explain it, right? That if I have to recreate life, I take these two elements to create this element. Now I need another element, just like that element that created this element. So you always need to be working. Once you finish and you take a step, you have 2 feet. So you take one step and then the other step goes in. So you have to come into the house and then take a step and then shut the door into the house. So we might go through the week, and I'm going to finish going through the weeks right now, Monday through Saturday, until we find where the full rotation is in days. And do not hesitate to ask anything. This is for all of us. I believe because of 20 years of work, okay, that we are in the end of time. Nobody knows when the real end of time is, but I do know that time equals to 47. I do know in French, HEURE equals to what is 57. I do know that the numeric value for the moon and 5G in 2022 all are related to 5G and is related back to the moon. And number 57 is the inverted numeric value to what is 51, which is the word Mars. And there are other words. And since Mars is 5 and 1 or 51, it is A and E, both the A and the E. And what happens, okay, that if you're looking at a cube, you will see that residing, here's A or 1, that residing 1 resides in D that creates E. So this is DA creating E, or we can look at it as your 3 creation, and then Bait, Earth and Venus come together to create the 5. And also we have Mars and Mercury that come together to create the 5. Mercury comes with Mars, but with Earth, you already have it set up with Venus and Mercury together. And then you bring Mercury again, double Venus. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to come back in a minute. Manifest destiny. When the beaver stops the water from flowing and you're waiting for something to come down the river, until the water goes over the dam, you will not get the information. If part of the element was taken out of the water before it's cast back into the water, you will not get that information. If the water stops flowing, so do the generators, and we don't get the electricity. So what I believe has happened through the last 20 years, through the last thousands of years, is the information has been received, chewed on, thrown back in, and then we receive it days, months, years, and decades later. Since the backup in the river flow is now overflowing with information, it's being shot into this planet, and time is speeding up because we're going to have all this information. I think we're going to be breaking apart from the old system, in which, according to numbers, ended in the year 2015. I'm going to show you on this cube how I get to that number and what significance that number is. And they even have it online. If you look up orphan roulette, you will see that number specific. So I'm going to get a drink, look up orphan roulette. We're going to take a minute break here at the 24th minute. Welcome, way far out west.art. Hiya, TV Apocalypse. Was that TV Apocalypse 2 minutes ago, or did that name change? It seems like, I don't know. I sometimes look at names and then all of a sudden, boom, it's another name. Die Pyramid. So anytime you have a D or an I or a C or an X or an M, you can also use it as Roman numerals. Same with the seeds. The seeds, seeding our minds. Bi meaning 2. Bi also is 29. 29 is also in the IT system, and it comes in the Sky Pass. It comes in the Sky Pass because there's a mathematical situation of where 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals to 13, and to 42 minus 13 equals to 29, or added equals to 55, and 55 is sky pass. When you look at 5, you can also replace 5 with just say, hey, just say 5 before something. You can actually say the F letter. Just give me a minute. I'm grabbing a tea. I'm grabbing a tea. Just give me a minute. I have to. Okay, come in, kitty. Come in. Okay. Stay out. Come in. Stay out. Okay, where are we now? Where are we? Why? Carbon nano war. Yes, carbon nano. I wish I knew a little bit more of the elements off the elements scale. Starts with a C, starts with 100. 100 is 1010. 1010 goes to Mars. 1010 goes to Earth. And actually, you know what? Even though Mars is the 4th planet, right? Earth, Venus is both in Mars and in Earth, according to these cubes. So let's just finish off the finding of the cycle. And I went too far apart in order to have enough space, but we're going to see if we can do it. So this is Sunday, right? Sunday. This is Sunday, Saturday. This is Sunday. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So then we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't like this paper because everything is mumbo jumbo, but I'm just going to continue. Saturday, Sunday. Did we get that right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 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 Saturday, Sunday. So what did it take? We ended up, here's the first week, and then the second week ended up over here. And then the third week, it was over here. And then the fourth week, it was over here. Notice the way we ended up where everything went. We had nothing happen over here. There was no Saturday over here, and there's no Saturday over here. And now we have a Sunday over here. And we're going to start that cycle. How many days? It took 7. So it took the 28-day cycle, put us back in the same position on the 29th day. So what does that tell you about Valentine's Day? What does that tell you about Valentine's Day? Why did I say Valentine's Day? You notice the two of them run up to 57. They're both black, right? It's one. Okay, so let me explain that. The month of February has 29 days. So I'm going to revert it to February. I'm also going to revert it to understand that it is from the sun. It is the IT system. It has been split apart, the heavens, by Zion of creation. through Zion, Israel. And where does this come from? I get the trend and it goes away. The numbers IT, if you don't want to see my face, I sometimes like to look at my face and write at the same time. But anyways, we're going to show you on paper that if we go to, let's see, we're going to start with 11. And then we're going to go to 1 and 2. Why did we go to 1 and 2? This is going to be what I call star system math, which is addition and multiplication, A through M. And I create a star. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. 5 times 6 is my first double digit on the fifth one. 5 plus 6 is 11. You get number 41. Minus it, you get 19. Minus it, you get 1. 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 Minus it, you get 19. I'm going to go to I'm going to use this answer over here, right? This one over here, I'm going to use it the plus and the minus. 19 is 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. But when you minus the 1 from 9, it equals to 8. So it is the heavens that are within. But in between these numbers, it's only 2 through 7. Did I get that right? 2 through 7. Yes, I can't use 8. 8 becomes the birth. 8 is the black ball. So it's 2 through 7. And then if we went on the second side of numbers, okay, we would end up counting 9 through 15. We would call it a solid, and we would call it a stripe. When it's a stripe, okay, it goes 9 through 6. But when it's a solid, it'll go 1 through 7. Where in the world do I get these numbers? Holy Jesus Murphy, eh? Holy Jesus Murphy, where do these numbers come from? When you play the game of pool, everything comes from a game. Something shows up somewhere that just gives us more information, more books in the library, except it's just a freaking ball in the game. One's a solid and one's a stripe. They're both letters in the alphabet. There's ball and balls. And we have one ball hitting the other balls. And we have a cue stick. And we have a table, and it's on marble. And it's got 6 pockets. It's got 6 pockets. Now, if I had 6 pockets, is it my pair of pants and I got 2 in the front and 2 in the back? Plus those teeny little pockets, or is there only one little pocket? So we can talk about that too, or we can just use the word pock. And then the ET, extraterrestrial. Number 25, Earth, ET, also stands for B and E, breaking and entry, can stand for Earth. It can also be for the BEE, the beehive. Beehive noted to be the hexagon. Hexagon noted to be about 6. And your first rotation of numbers, because everybody knows ABC, right? So your first rotation of numbers is right here. A plus B, 1 plus 2 equals to 3. 3 times 3 equals to 9. 3 plus 3 equals to 6. 6 and 9. So I'm going to draw up something. Oh, God, I always wish I had my pencils in somewhere. All my broken pencils. Okay, so here we're going to get the number 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. Can we get another pencil here? 3 plus 3 is 6. We're going to get the number 6. And when I create the 9 and 6, I end up with an 8. All of a sudden, we had 6, 9, and 8. If I should finish off this line, which is a two-way line, that line can be finished off either that way or that way. But if you want to say 77, we're just going to say it this way. The opposite to this, if it was on another angle, right? Like if I took this cube, right, and I did this, you see that? Let's use this one. It's easier. If I take that and look at that line, no, we want to see it this way. So when we have this, we're looking at that angle, I'm looking at that angle. I know all of a sudden the 3 goes along with the Z. So that would be 26.3 because 3 goes with Z on that angle. So that angle is the upward angle. I think they call that aigu in French. If it would be the other way, right, this way, right, we would come up with this, and it would be number 14. 1 and 4, 5, 2 and 6, 8. So all you would be moving is 90 degrees, not 180 degrees, 90 degrees. So when you have the Z, you have the 1 and 6 up. When you have the N, you have the 5 and the 2 up. 1 and 6, 7, 2 and 5, 7. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. In this one over here, 2 and 6 equals to 8. 8 and 3 are right here. Your third finger and 5 on the left hand and 3 to the center. So the center finger is noted to be 3 and 8 and 13 and 18. So we're coming back from where we went to where we begin. The same day we counted 28 days, we went back to Sunday. But in creation, noting that this is 28 plus 1 day, 29, then we go to Monday would be 30 and Tuesday would be 31. So we would have our 3 days of creation going into what is 7 months of 31 days. If we would stop on the second day, we would have the first day and we would have the second day, first and second, and we'd stand on that. But when we have the third day, right, third ends in RD. You notice the way we get stand, DNA? In the third day, we get standard. So we get 1 and 2 equals to 3. And then on the third day, and 3 equals to 6. And then man is created in the cycle. So it takes 31 days, 30 days, and then 29 days, and then 28 days. So 1 month every single year is way different, or only one part of all the other months. 1 and 11 others that have more than it. So we get back to this equation over here. And what we see in this equation, I should have made it lighter, is that we have 1 line, we have 2 lines. So they're rotating. This addition is showing the rotation around the X, which is showing angle, right? Which is showing angle. You see that angle that it's on? You see that pen in order to look at the illusion, right? It's on that angle and it's rotating around it. See the way this is flat, but this is on an angle and these are flat. Can you see that? If I put it up this way, it's not that. It's that way. So then if we did it that way, there's a few ways to look at this design, but I'm just going to take it, just extend it just a bit. And then we run this way, and then we run that way. Whoop, did I move this? Is the camera pointed in the right place? So I'm not sure if you can see the way it seems to be bent. It seems like it has like a big 6, like a chair. But if I split the chair right here, you'll see 66. But at the same time, there are, where was I? At the same time, yes, there's 6 representing the hexagon. Only when you tie up, because we don't have any other lines. We don't need any other lines. Oh, that was weird. We don't need any other lines, right? We created this with 6 lines. The last line that connects, that creates the octagon 8, is the line that connects. Now, the thing about 8, okay, I'm going to get back to that in a minute, is that the queen has all 8 of her eyes. And in the deck of cards, right, although you have 8 surrounding 1. You also have the 8 card, the 6, the 7, the 6, the 7, and the 8. And when you noticed, okay, there's 6 all the same, right? All the same. This one has 2 markings. This one only has 1. I don't need this card because it's showing you that within the 7 is 6 and within the 8 is 6. I'd like to say that this can mean moon and these can mean 2 moons. So if I look at it, that if I see the 8 has 2 moons, I see the 7 and the king. The numbers over here, electric moon. The birth, 9 to the 4th planet. The 4th finger, the ring finger, is the birth finger. 4, 14, and 19. AI. We have 7. And what does 7 has? It has 7 eyes. The queen is number 62. The king is number 41. 7 is 65. 8 is valued at 49. The I is valued at 35 plus the S. It's an extra. It's an add-on. We'll count I to start with, and then we'll add the S, knowing that the Y represents 120 and Earth-Mars connection, but only one part of Mars, where Mars will rotate here, then here, then here, then here, and then back here again. It rotates. It rotates inside of here. So you have 9 for Earth. You have 4 for Mars. You have the letter D. You have the letter I, like an ID. You have 33 and 22 because you have 9 areas. And Mars, you have 4 areas. So 2 by 2 is 4. 3 by 3 is 9. 22 and 33. And then we can rotate this one over here 4 times in here. So if we rotate it, we use every single number we talk about, that'll be 88. Rotation in 88. Purple, red, blue, hot, cold, Democrat, Republican. How about to republish or demolition and repossession? Would you know that the names of the moons of Mars, I don't know if I'm spelling it correctly, but it's Demas or demons and Phobos, almost like telling me you're coming with your USB key. Telling me the cube, the USB key, mass. I'm trying to figure out what other thing goes with this. Numeric value for Mars is 51. Moon is 57. The reverse of Mars says Heinz. Heinz shows me Heinz. H. I. N, Z. At the same time, we're going to call it I'm not sure if I got that right, but it's 73. Union, it's 73 and it's 59 at the same time, i.e. The reason for that is there's two N's inside of here. And inside of here, when I and O come together, it's telling me about 10, which is telling me about two structures coming together. The reason for that is A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 10, but we play it as A, B, C or B, C, D. And what we're playing on this planet is B, C, D, Earth's vibration, or its hertz, is 432. And our creation is 3 days, and 3 times 1,440 minutes in a day equals to 4,320. Same number. So that when we mirror it and complete the full 10, it's 4 times 1,440. And 4 times 40 equals to the number 5760, 1920, the S and T. 1440 times 4 is 5760. 3 times 19 equals to 57. 3 times 20 equals to 60. The 19th letter is S. The 20th letter is T. 19 is 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So you can work it as being first. ST. It's S with ST. T is 2 plus 0 equals to 2, and 2 equals to second. So it's first and second between S and T. So where is T? It's on the outside of where 1 is. And not only that, in the stock market, they have these two stocks. One is called SQQQ. The other one is TQQQ. It just so happens whenever it was a few years ago, I noticed the pattern that when this one went down, this one went up. There was always the same action between the two. So I knew there was a polarity happening exactly between the two to find balance, which told me more about 1 and 2. And the deeper I looked inside of it, S is telling me about first, and it's telling me about angels in both worlds, because in order to create the effect of S and T, I just have to remember why I just said that. Just give me a second. Why did I say that? There was a different reason why I said it. First of all, S and T equals to 39. The word angel equals to 39. And the word to solidify this, to give me a reason, is the word 10 equals to 39. And because the word 10 is equal to 39, and to create 10, how are we going to create 10? We're going to take 2 and 5 and flip them around. And we have 10 and we have 4. 22 tells me about Mars. Or we're going to break it up and show you Zion, Israel, 6 and 4. It's going to create the house of DC, and we're going to get man on the moon, the bar mitzvah. And then we're going to get AI, because this mathematics will run itself up until it hits number 19. Goes like this. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4. Right away, we have hot and cold. Now, if we have hot and cold, we have red and blue. All of a sudden, we have purple. Purple is number 88. The constellation of Pegasus is 88. And it just so happens to be in the region of NGC 7286. If you want to know where that number comes from, it doesn't come from there. It just led me there. 27 is red in the house of Bait, meaning Republican. The numeric value for red is number 27. It's also going to tell me about the sun. Now, I started to explain before, and I did not finish, so I'm going to get back to where I was. I'm going to get another drink. I'm going to come back. For those of you who showed up later, I started out with the days of the week and matching up in a format of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I do it in the ration of 3 after. We have to work with our hands, our feet. We just have to understand how many teeth we have, the number of ears we have, and it's got to be understood in basic language for a child, because we are the children of the Creator. And why did it take so long for us to come together and figure out? Because we were pushed into this corner. And also the river started overflowing. Once the river started overflowing, we start to learn more information. We start to believe a little bit more and understand a little bit more. And we participated together. Where is the mystery of life? I thought it was, I didn't think before. I didn't know what I was doing. But I see now that everything that has ever been created is telling us a little bit of a story that I'm telling you. And that story seems to replicate the exact story of every element and every minute and every second. Whether it's the kilometers to the miles, which the difference is actually, I think it's has to do with 1062. Yes, 162 kilometers an hour is 100 miles an hour. 2160 is the diameter of the sun, which is 1.5 times 1440, the minutes of the day, in which 6 times 1440 for the 6 days of creation equals 87,400, the same diameter to the sun, to the same seconds in the day. And now you multiply it by 3 again, first by 6 and then by 3, 360 degrees. So then when you multiply 8640 times 3, you get 25,920 of the Mayan calendar count. And their calendar works in 7s and 13s, just like this over here, just like that over there. I'm going to get a glass of water. I get all excited. I'm going to finish off with what I started. Okay, I don't see it. I don't know why. Wow, I looked for the same paper last night and I didn't find it. Now I'm looking for it again. Oh. Because of how the Mayans run their grid, this is the 13 and the 7 of the rotation of the Mayan stone. What do you want to call it? Where's the other paper here? I think it's here. Hold on. I'm going to get to all those questions in a minute after my glass of water. I think it's down. Oh, they wouldn't let me upload it. We're going to show you this one also. Just give me a minute. I want to see if I can upload this. Pictures. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, here it is. Open with paint. I made it bigger. Just 1 second. Just give me a second. I'm just doing something here. Okay, I'm trying to just get this picture here, save as. Okay, Mayan round. Okay, just give me a second. Get rid of this. Try this. Oh, I got it. So this picture you're looking at right now is a connection between Pluto and Mars, and it's divided between the house and man's creation through 42, the E and the I world. And this one over here shows you that in orange there are 7 areas, and then in this side over here there are 13 areas, 7 and 13, and 7 times 13 equals 91. And 7 plus 13 equals to 20. 20 plus 91 is 111. 7 times 13 is 91 plus 20 is 111. When you add up 1 to 36, it equals to 666. But the core or the heart area of these numbers are 111 base model, which means I add from 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 36. The total is 666. But when I get to the center of 18 numbers out of 36 numbers, when I get to the center, right? When I get to the center, over here, this equals to 111. And the numbers here are 16 and 19 and 18 and 21. 37, 37. 37 by 3 equals to 111. What are these two numbers over here? What is this number over here? Maybe I should have did it with an X. It would have looked nicer, right? Doesn't look good like that. Looks like an arrow, right? Isn't it funny the way it looks like an arrow? So now when you see an arrow, you might understand it as this. I don't like what that looks like. I'm trying to figure out, should I have just done it this way? Let me see. Just trying to see if I should have done it this way. Yes, because these legs break into the next numbers, so I shouldn't have done it this way. So I'm just gonna blank this out like this. Right? So when I do that, right, I do that. Let me just give you full formation of this. Right? You can see the hexagon that shows up here, but I'm running through the other numbers. I really don't want to run through the other numbers. So all I'll do is give you the skeleton type and run inside the numbers. So when I have that hexagon, I'm running inside the numbers right over here. Okay, right over here down to this number over here. What this is these are all red numbers. Red, 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 and red. And it's ironic that this one is number 14 and this one is number 23. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4 equals to 9. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6 equals to 11. So the division of both sides of the 18 numbers is 911. Or 1 and 1 is 2, it becomes 29. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 is 20 and 9. 5 times 6 is 30 equals to 41. So it becomes 41 and 29 between the high and the low mathematically. So the low becomes, where is it? 29 equals to 2. 41 equals to 5. Now I have another mathematical equation that I did, I think about number 8. And I don't want to be all over the place. Yeah, I was telling you about this a little bit earlier. I'll get to that in a minute. I shouldn't have brought it up. I just want to see where that number 8 was in that equation. You know, as I speak, there's a lot of things that go on. So I just want to see if it comes out of here. No, it's not out of here. Is it out of here? Yes, it's out of here. What happens when I count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? The invert to that is 8 void, 7 void, 6 void, 5 void, 4, 3, 2, and 1 void. What does that mean? If I take Rubik's Cube and I show you 1 dot, there will be 8 that are not there, 8 and 1. If I show you 2 dots, 2 and 7, and so forth. If I show you 3, they'll be missing 6, and that's it. So what happens with 8? Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. But the whole thing is 8 and 3 equals to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 and 9 equals to 14. 1 and 4 is 5. I get the same result, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2. And counting down from the void is 3, 3, 3. And counting up from 1 is 6, 6, 6. Or your 360 degrees, your rotation of the heavens of 1. Ha, ha, ha. Do you know where I'm getting with this and why I choose these numbers? I choose the numbers because the flatform skeleton tells me to choose position 7 and position 6 is 13, being replaced with 8 and 3, 11. Position 4 and 3 being replaced with 5 and 9. Number 33 and 11 is explaining part of the cube. It explains part of the cube because there are 9 faces on every side. 9 face. But when you're face to face, there is 18. There are 318 reverses on this. This is the letter R. I like to call it the Third Reich or Chet Yod. I think it's Chet Yod for Chai. I'm not really sure how you say it. Okay, but anyways, each one of these, okay, if I bring back the next rule, the cube, it tells me all my sides opposite the 7, so I'm going to minus 7 from all of them, and I'm going to have 11 everywhere. It also tells me that there's 4 around when it's sitting down. Well, when there's 4 around when it's sitting down, I'm going to have what I call the ring. And if I'm going to have that ring, I'm going to have 2 opposites here and 2 opposites here. I'm going to bring these 2 together with 22 and bring this one down for 11. So I'm going to have 1/3 and 2/3. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to what is 8 equals to 6. Dividing the night and the day. 24 divides the night and the day between 8 and 6. Between 8 and 6. Where do we get that from? 42. 42. 4 and 2 is 6. 5 and 3 is 8. 2 and 6 is 8. 2 and 6 is 8. 1 and 5 is 6. The year 2015, or the Hebrew year 5775, look it up. We look it up. Orphan roulette. Orphan roulette. 17, 34, 6, 57. 21, 35, 66, 75, 57, 75. Hebrew year. When we have that Hebrew year, we go back here and we can see that there were 75,075 moons. That makes it absolutely perfect. The numeric value for time is 47. The numeric value for Zion, for the star, for electric, is 5775. Time. Creation of the end of time, ABC by 1, 2, 3, equals to 57, 81, or 1927. Inside your 17 gate is your birth into the IT system. 7 and 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8. 3 times 19 is 57. 3 times 27 is 81. 81 is for Venus. 57 is the moon. 27, when you multiply it and add it, equals to 23. 2 and 3 is 5. When you multiply and add it, equals to 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. It creates 15, 51, or 33. rotation by 47 equals to what is 1551. Mars quarters and Earth 111. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. At the same time, 5 plus times 5 is 25. 2 and 5 is 7. We now have 171. And then when you add them together, you end up with 181. In the gateway of creation of alpha beta, here is the 1 dot with the 8 void, and over here is the 2 dot with the 7 void. 7 and 8 equals to 15. 1 and 5 equals to 666 is your freedom, woman and freedom. Here will be the cycle of man and angel. 28 and 11 equals to 39. 6 and 9 equals to 15. 39 and 15 equals to 54. The numeric value for what is the sun that we are living in, the divided sun in the IT system. Where do I get all this? 4 times 7, 28. 4 plus 7, 11. 11 and 28 equals to 39. And if you minus it, you're back to the Q gate. This one over here is 5775. And what happens? We had 75,075 moons. This year, the Hebrew year is 5784. We just went through the 9 years. Now we go through the next part of the cycle, 6 years, and it ends in the year 5790. It ends 5790. That 5790 is actually the year 2029. 2029 will be 69 years since 1960. It's actually be 2029 going into 2030. So we're 60s from the 60s coming back into the relationship to where we went 60 years since we last went to the moon. 5784. 84 or 3 by 28. 19 and 28 equals 47. We've reached the final chapter on what is the cycle of the angels of time, of the spirit of heaven of 1776. I don't know if anybody knows or heard anything about 1776, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. I need a drink of water, and I want to go over everything and keep up to what everybody is saying, because the answers are out there, and everything I speak is only because I was taught that. Somebody showed me the number 7, so I learned about number 7, and I see there are 5 images one way to the other. I see a Rubik's Cube, and I see there's 6 sides, and I see this, they spin individually. They look like hockey pucks. There's 3, 3, and 3 different ways. 3, and then there's 3 this way. Then there's 3 this way, and then there's 3 this way. So I'm spinning this time, this, right? And this, and this. I spin 9, 8, 9. 9, 8, 9, 26. Then 9, 8, 9, 26. Then 9, 8, 9, 26, 26, 26, 26, 78. So I'm spinning the gate. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8. The king and the queen. The king has the king of diamonds, diamond equaling to 60, 60 equaling to orange, 60 also equaling to the clock. We're missing 40 blue. I need to get that drink. I can't think. I'm going to be back in a minute. I'm going to go over the questions or the compliments or the comments. I'm sorry. And we're going to get on with this. Like I said before I go, this will be a commercial break. And you want to go to the number 1 room or the number 2 room. Dia per. We have a dia per, right? Dia per what? So if you want to download the videos and save them, if you know somebody who can help me create a program, maybe a page we can all sit down and enter some information into this program where possibly, I don't know what it's going to be in the program. We'll probably say hockey. And in hockey, all the rules and regulations, how the game is played, that will take a word or a number and it will give it more of a distinct, an alternate definition from the game. Or if we're talking about language, we have prefixes and suffixes. We have nouns and verbs. And what are the words that categorize to go into this? And also we have first letters that count for words on their own. I, see, you. And then the ICU is when you go to the ER. Well, the ER is just an abbreviation. So I'm going to get out, get something to drink. Give me a minute. Everybody take a break. I'm getting a headache of me. I shouldn't be drinking late at night. You should never drink late at night. My son is, he has no idea how powerful he is with what he can do. My son, what he can do is just amazing. If my son's hungry and you throw something out, he might just pick it up if he knows you and eat it. He'll also fast. He won't eat 3 or 4 hours before going to bed, and he definitely won't take any calories in, so he gets the proper rest for his support team, his body. Very intelligent guy. Too intelligent that just very intelligent for his realm. He's just let's not talk about it. He just has to adjust his understanding that nobody's perfect. He has a little bit of a tough time with that. So where are we next? 1776. No, we're going to get to these questions. Let me move the wire out of my face. Let me read these questions, see what we have. We'll go to 1776. We're going to go back to the days of the week to see what the days of week cycle is when you use boxes of 3. Wow, I got a lot to look at. Wow, I'm going way back. If you want to look at what I'm looking at, okay? If you want to look at what I'm looking at, I'm going way back. So let's do this together. Who's Ford Fairlane? The Dice Man, the Inner Abortion, Illuminati. These are the days of the week. Wednesday. I like that. So the bird's got a nest, right? And also inside of it, you have 10. You also have a set. A set means 3. You also have a net. So now you're fishing. Might be talking about the male. Where would the net be? Is it a netting? President Ford is probably right. Ford week, ha. Ford for lane. Was Andrew Dice Clay 28 and 29, 57 the moon. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 will create 26, will create the game. This will create the IT system. Sunny day, Philadelphia. Inner abortion, Yo Talmud. 2 star 6, 622 6. 622 6. 114, 3 months of 30 days, 3 weeks and 3 days will be the pig's pregnancy, although there's a 31 in between there, so it has to go to 115. Art Aardvark, birdie. Yes, so if you have a birdie, right, if you're going to have a birdie, that birdie would be either 3 and 2 birdie, or it'd be 4 and 3 birdie, or it'd be 5 and 4 birdie, right? Or can it be a 2 and 1 birdie? Have you ever gone to the golf course and got a 2 and 1 birdie? What is a 2 and 1 birdie? Well, it'd be a par 2 and you'd get it in 1. Wouldn't that be a hole in 1? So it's a par 5, you get it in 4. It's a par 4, you get it in 3. It's a par 3, you get it in 2. There's usually 2 of these on a golf course. There's a number of these and a number of these. So they're talking about the child right over here, right? Under here, you're talking about the female and the male, and then the female and the male. Here, right, it would be the age of 12 at the most, and 13 for the boy. Let's call it the boy. And this is the girl. Girl starts with a G. Boy starts with a B. So that'd be 7 and 2, the house of 8, boy and girl. At the same time, Y here, we would have M for man and W for woman. Funny how they're upside down. Woman, female, male, female. So the F and the M also come together. What happens is when you reach the Bat's Mitzvah, you reach 12. You're 12, the Bat's Mitzvah. When you're Bar Mitzvah boy, you're 13. 5 and 7 comes over here. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3 and 2, 5. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4, 7. So all of a sudden the male brings in both these numbers over here. And where the female brings in both these numbers over here, this becomes the woman, her numbers through 12, and this one becomes the man. When we had division in creation, it happened over here through the man and the moon, because the woman can happen right over here and then end up alone over here. The man cannot. The man has to move over here into the E world. The reason for that is the math. When I'm moving numbers and I'm moving words that go with the numbers, it's the math. Man equals to 28. Woman equals to 36. Sorry, woe equals to 38. Notice there's a 10 difference, right? 3 and 2. And the total is 66. Also, freedom is 66. So freedom is 66. Man is 28. Man gets the cycle of the moon. The number for time is 47, 4 by 7, 4 cycles. And it's the cycles is what we just did earlier. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them. In which book were they? Just give me a second. Was it in this book? Yes, this is the book we were working with. Wow, I think I'm going a little bit all over the place. I even lost that last page I was on, but I'm going to mark it down again. The 2 and 3, the 3 and 4, and the 5 and 4. And this is 9, this is 7, this is 5. The Bat's Mitzvah, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. The Bar Mitzvah, 1 and 3 is 4. But the year you move into after this, sorry about the camera, the year you move into, once you hit your 13th birthday, that's done. 13th birthday means 13 years complete. On your first birthday, you're not starting your first year, you're ending. So every birthday ends. So the man and the woman start over here. Since the M is the 13th letter and the N is the 14th letter, 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 4, 5. The numeric value for love, fox, and sun. Love is 54, fox is 45, sun is 54. Fox letters in the alphabet are 666. Love, the reverse alphabet of love is Olev. And the continuation of what sun is in numbers, in single digit count, it is 1, 3, 5. And the ace is a D letter with the C letter connected, equaling to the direct current. So C supports the D. Suns is 19, 21, and 14, equaling to 54. Fox is 6, 15, 24, equaling to 45. And LOVE, L12, O15, V22, E5 equals to 54. It's the reverse alphabet of itself, 54 into 54. Sun is not. Sun is 81 minus 54. leaving us with 27, the house of bait. Why do I say that? Because the reverse alphabet of S is H, the reverse alphabet of U is F, and the reverse alphabet of N is M. And at the same time, when this happens, there's a whole bunch of other things happening, because the family of H is H, Q, and Z. The family of F is F, O, and X, and the family of M, okay, is D, M, and V. Department of Motor Vehicles is at Fox and headquarters. Fox headquarters of Department of Motor Vehicles, or something to do with the motor system, which is your brain. Keep your motor running. Get up on the highway. What is the song? Talking about your mind. Keep your motor running. Or is it keep your motor running? Something to do with the body. Okay, we're going to get into 1776. Then I'm going to go back to the days of the week. We'll finish that piece on the days of the week. And to note, I spoke about also, and I don't know if I finished this because it connects to, yes, let me do this first before we get to 1776. Is where I mentioned the queen gets 8 for the 8 eyes. So she has 8 above and 8 below. She gets 16. Anything with 2 eyes, right, represents Mars. The reason I say this is because Mars has 2 moons. Anything to do with 1 eye, I'll finish this also. 1 eye is Earth, and 2 is Mars. One moon and 2 moons. This one happens to be Earth. This happens to be Mars. Mars gets the point. Earth gets this piece over here of separation. You notice if you look at the 1 key on your telephone, it has this marking right here. Earth has 1 moon, but the moon is inside of Mars. Mars has 2 moons, and it's what separates at the bottom inside of Earth. The hexagon. The reason for this is because Mars is this. It's the window. Earth is the donut. The reason for that is because of that. Where do I get this? With Mars, it's numeric value 51. With Earth, it's numeric value 52. 511 is a towing. So when you have 52, so these lines I put in here and I create this. So by that, it tells me it's 2 by 2. By that, it tells me it's 3 by 3. Rubik's Cube tells me it's 11, 11, 11. When there's 4 around, it'll equal to 22. And up and down is going to equal to 11. We have 7 and 7 equals to 14 equals to 22. We have 11 and 7 equals to 11 equals to 7 equals to the total of 18 equals to the total of 36. 18 and 36. We talked about the division of 360 degrees or 36 numbers. It divides right over here. And I'm going to just show you that before I get to any more questions and get on. I want to do the rest of these questions, but I just want to show you where I get that information from. First of all, we're going to see here, 7th gate here, 7th gate here, the pool balls running up to 15. We see it right over here. Okay, in this artwork over here, these cubes. This cube over here, you see the Y and the X. The X is going to represent the split. I like to call it Mars because it's got 4 pieces. And I like to call this one Earth because it has 3 pieces coming together, connecting above and below. This piece over here is going to equal 111 plus 14 is 125, or 111 plus 23. 111 plus 23 is 134. So it's 125 or 134. Did I get that right? The total is 148 in this whole cube. This is by connecting the roulette table, the blacks with the blacks, the reds with the reds. In this design, let me see, it's not in here. Hold on a second. In this one over here, what I did is here's a row of 36, here's a row of 36, here's a row of 36. So I connected the octagon to connect both sides, and you can see as it connects, it creates hexagons, it creates the I of separation, and then the H of separation. Over here, you can see a ring that's over here. I forget what number that was. That was a black number. Oh no, that's an area space in between the two areas. So I went 1, 2, 3, and then this is an empty space. If I would have connected them together, this and this would touch. So I can also do that. I don't have that design here. It got a little complicated. I'm not sure why I didn't do it. I could do it if I brought it over to Paint. And if you notice, right, look at it slanting. This is, you see the angle here? It's showing it's coming down. It's coming down. This is one level higher than this. These angles are obligations. And over here, right, is 28 and 29, 26, 28, 29, and 31, if I remember, because they're all black numbers, right? It's very rare that two black numbers will come together, or it's very rare, like over here, where it separates the 18, that the two red numbers come together, 16 and 18, 19 and 21. And all these squares are 2, 4, 6, and 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Then when you come down over here, right, it's 11. 11, 13, 15, 17. And then you jump over here, you have 20, and then you have 22, I think it's 20, 22, 24, and then 26, and so on. The same thing with this whole thing over here. This is what pi looks like. There is, I think, 1 or 2 errors in here, but more or less, if you can see combinations that repeat in here, this is how pi will repeat. This is pi repeating. Okay, and all zeros should actually be 6, but this is my first formation. I set it up a little bit like Sudoku. I set it up in grills of 3. So we have 3, 3, 3, 9, 3, 3. And if you look around, I used 81 rows. Where did I get these 3 numbers? They were the continuation of 3.14159265, and I kept going on and on. And I created this by using a math formula that you're free to use it on your own, because once we're all working on this, it doesn't matter if I give away how I do something, because it all goes to the central conscience. On the first day of creation, on the second day of creation, on the third day, and all the way to the last day of creation, where it went to the central conscience, that if I own this house, then everybody in this house will run under my rules. Now, the thing is, I'm not really sure what those rules should be. So I made a lot of me, and I watched me do everything. And there were certain things in me that I did that didn't make any sense because it interfered with the other one of me's. So we came up with a system that we all understood me, and it was all of me. And it was a central conscience. And then my house wasn't enough, and we started having houses, and now there's 1 billion people's, all of me. Because everybody's sitting down that says me, you'll be talking about who you is. You are who you are, and it's just one of you, and it's me. So if we all share this information and throw it into the matter and energy in the sky that we live, because we're all in the same dome. Our home is in the sky dome. The rainbow shows us this. The colors of the rainbow explain it to us. The frown of the rainbow, so sad that we're enclosed, tell it to us. The rainbow that's over the pyramid, for what reason, explaining this to us. To where 51 is Mars, where it comes to 17 and 28 equals 245. 1 and 5 is 6, 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. we have come back around to creation in Jupiter. Let me take this away. The house of Bate in Jupiter, where there are many domes, just like the one we are living right now. Many domes, just like the one we are living right now, all underneath a central sky system. So let me go through the comments here. Bowling for dollars. Holy Jesus. Oh, there is a movie. You know what? I'm going to share it with everybody because this is 60s from the 60s. Just 1 second. Let's see if I can copy this and share this. I don't know who's allowed to get it, who's not. This is a movie about the resurrection, not the resurrection, but this is, what do you call this? Jesus Revolution, it's called. And it's talking about the hippie revolution of how they use psychedelics to be able to see a little bit deeper into themselves. Don't forget, we're too much outside of ourselves, seeing everything that's going on other than reflecting what is in our inner self. It's not easy. You don't have to believe it. 88, Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day is Valentine's Day is the 45th day of the year. In the cycle, it changes. In the cycle on Valentine's Day, the date changes. And since the Valentine's Day changes, we have to continue that 4 cycle that I did earlier because of Valentine. The numeric value for Valentine's is 102. 102 or 10 and 2 is going to tell me about the blue ball and pool. The blue ball and pool tells me about alpha, beta, or 21st, because 1 and 2 come together. 20 is a T, so it becomes TB. I might be looking at it as thoroughbreds. If I look at it as thoroughbreds, you're riding on the back of a horse. I don't know what it means yet, right? But Valentine's Day being the 45th day of the year, there's 321 days to go, making it a straight of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 1, Mars, representing Mars and the sun, the passage of angels into the sun. The reason for that is 45 is fox, 39 is angel. It's 6 and 39 to equal to 45. 45 is also talking about man and woman. 45 or 54. It's also, if you go down to 34, it's talking about under the age of 13 and 12. It's 11 and 12, 23. It's under that. The boy is 12 and the girl is 13, because the minute the boy ends, he ends the 13th year. So in all actuality, it's not 13 years done, but it's 13 years ending, or 169 moons, which is 1 dot inside of 168 dots. It's 1 dot inside 168, and 1 is 13 by 13. At the same time, it's 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here. Let me just do this. It's 1 here and 6 here. It's 1 here and 6 here, 1 here and 6 here, 1 here and 6 here. But one area is always occupied. You only get to play on 3 parts out of 4. It's 6, 6, and 6. You don't get to play in the whole area. What is this? In the Monopoly board, I should do a true configuration. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Okay. Then what we're going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I get that right?
And what I'm going to do is when I do this, almost looks like the trophy of some sort, right? Go to jail. Free parking. Visiting jail. Life is Jack. And this one's Go 22. Where we come from. Monkey for Monday. That's the key. What are these? Those are the trains. Transylvania, Pennsylvania. These are the trains. If you're playing darts, this area over here, this 9 section over here, 1 and 8, is going to give you 25 and 50 equaling to 75 electric, Moon Electric. Remember that number. So when I add up over here the properties, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4, 4, 8, and 4 is 12, 14, 22, 26. If I do this over here, we're not going to do 26, we're going to do 22. And then we're going to do 22. And then we're going to count here 22. And then we're going to count here 22. Where did I get the 22 from? All the squares here, all the way to here, is 22. 4 times 22, 88. The outside band is 48. The secondary band is 40. The third band is 32. The next band is 24. The next band obviously is 16, 0, 8, all around 1. And if we format it to a simpler way, it'll be 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So everything is encompassed in between 1 and 3. 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 2 is 5, 4 and 2 is 6, 4 is 0, 1 and 6 is 7. So when you're counting down this way, you're counting down by 1. What's on the outside? So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. We have 4, we have 3, we have 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. We have 4, 6, 4. Now you can do the mathematics of 24 and 10 equaling to 34. Eventually, this will be 19, and this one will be 19. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. The total can also be 38, and that'll say gold. The golden creation. Why would it say up yours? I don't know, but that's the finger that represents that. And that's the Monopoly board. You can create it in a 1 dimension, right? But that's the actual look at a Monopoly board. Takes exactly that minimum spaces to create it. So now if you want to go back, was it 1776? Would you like to do that? But we did Valentine's Day, right? We did that Valentine's Day. Great Diana, Gud, Grud, 7Z, Route 13, bring them back, 28, 29. Then Tammy speaks over here. In September over here, right, is 7 in the 9th month. 7 in the 9th month. Number 7 is not like the other numbers. 7, 17, 27. Remember, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. So there's 2 ways to get 7. And then 5, 6, 7. And then 5, 6, 7. So there's 4 ways to get 7 with your hands, using this one twice and this one twice. At the same time, if I use my toes, instead of getting 7 here, I'll get 10, 11, 12. Or I'll get 12. Or I'll get 12. Or I'll get 12. But if I'm using this hand and my 2 feet, I'll get 17 and 7. So I will get, for this finger, I will get
for this finger, okay, I will get 2. I will get 7. I will get 9. I will get 12. I will get 17. And I will get 19. All equations the same for this one over here. So if we went to the cartoon characters that only had 4 fingers, we would have a whole new equation. So now I'm going to get into 1776 and show you the math equation that goes along with that. I'm going to just let me go to the kitchen. I want to finish more of these questions, then I'm going to jump into it. September, yes. And remember that number 17, 18, 19 is not like the others. 89 comes out of Venus. It also comes from 99. It's also 68. It is also the divided house between the heavens and birth, because you can flip that 9 upside down into a 6. So when you look at it, you can say Fox headquarters, the high of the gateway of Fox headquarters. Another brick on the wall, because it's through the bricks formation on the wall that will create the HI, the 8 and 9 inverted to the 6 and 8, and also creates a TV set. And now we're going to have to think about the program reboot. Yes, R&R, rest and relaxation. R&R also turns into a video cassette. It's also a DV, because the DVD, right, when you put R together, it's like a D on top of the R. Sometimes it's the O on top. Sometimes it looks like 70. So Saturn, right, counting the sun, Saturn is the 7th object in the sky. I would say that, if that's the way you want to look at that, right? Otherwise, it's Uranus. You can look at the onion, like if you take the onion, split it all apart, and the first part of the onion is your core, which has 2 little parts in it, right? So that would be, let's say, the sun. Let's say the core, the yolk, if you want to look at it that way. Then there's the first part of the onion showing you the ring that Mercury goes around. The next part of the onion is the Venus that goes around. The next part of the onion is Earth that goes around. And then we have the pill of the onion. And sometimes the pill's on Pluto and sometimes the pill is off. An onion like a union, yes. Don't make me hungry. You deserve a bear, B-E-E-R. What would be the star with 7 points? It'd be the 7-point star. In hockey, in baseball, it takes 7 men to get to the plate. And if you're going to score 7 runs, the last person has to come home without anybody else going. That means they have to hit an HR. HR, home run. Heaven's residence, home run. And usually, when it's a home run, it's not in the seats that cost a lot of money. It's in the bleachers. The home run usually goes to the bleachers. So when you hit a home run, everybody's white. H&R, heavens of the resident angel. One times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4, 7. There is another way to get the 7. Oh no, this is the full star formation 7. Class of 57 comes from 23, if you want to look at it, male and female. 252 Earth, 126, 126. So that would be half, 1, 2, and 6. When that comes together, it talks about darts. 1 through 20 equals to 210, 1 through 15. Okay. 1 through 15, 1 through 20. I do want to show you one thing before I get my drink. The 1 and 5 and the 2 and 6. 2 and 6 is game. 2 and 6 is card. 2 and 6 is bear, which is sometimes sleeping. 6 and 2 is queen. 6226 is purple, creates 88. 2 and 6 is derived from 2 and 8 or 8 and 2, which is derived from the word four in French. But in the word sounding of four in French, which is quatre, the ending is actually a re-beginning of saying tre, meaning 3. So 126 is when you add 1 through 15.
Right? 2015, we told you was the year 5760, okay, is the year 2000, which is 4 times 1440. It's full rotation mirrored. So if you broke this up into 500 years, you broke it up into 4, making it easy. And you broke this up into 4, which would be 1440. So it would be 940. So 94 is a representation of Uranus. 4 and 9 is your birth through Mars. It's also 46 or 64. You'll be talking about Zion, Israel, and DC. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 is 24 and 10. 9 by 4 is 36 and 13. This one will equal to 34. This one will equal to 49. This equals to 4. This equals to 7. It equals to energy. This time over here. Energy in the time of this. This is the year 2000 reset. 74. So now we're going to go into getting that drink and talking about 1776. Give me a minute. I still want to go over some of these. 333, 211. It's not fair to 1776. Okay. 1777. It's a clown that's scary. 1, 2, 3 movies sounds far out. Hall of Records. So if you want to talk about the Hall of Records, what is the size of the record? We have the 45, which has the big hole in the center, and we have the other one with the tiny little hole in the center. So that's a gimme. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 8 and 9. 86, half of 86 is 43. It's the divided house of DC. Uranus and Mercury. I'm not sure if Uranus is in Mercury. I'm not sure what that means, but if you look at the deck of cards, Uranus is going to represent the king. Uranus is a sun era. Uranus also talks, anything that says anus is your ass. Okay, so if it's your ass, it's also for number 2, because that's what you do. Sunny side up, right? Sunny side up and Uranus. So it seems like your front and your back, right? And the reason for that is the deck of cards has the 7 dot on the top, and it shows me 5 and 2 representing Earth, when the 8th planet, Neptune, is going to have 5 on the top and 3 on the bottom, EC, C and E, before the birth or after the birth of Christ. Then there's the mathematical equation. I use it for electric company. I'm just trying to see what else goes along with that. Well, yeah, 100%. Of course, I have to use gematria. I have no choice. I use the regular alphabet, and then when I take the alphabet and I put in gematria, I can just reconfigure my numbers there. I also, what I do is when I add my numbers up to a single digit, the letter H is the 8th letter. The Q is 17. 1 and 7 equals to 8. But in gematria, the elemental P, Q, I think Q is 4 in gematria, because R is 5, S is 6. So 4 connects 3 with 5, 44. And part of that 4 of Q is our creation through ape, 22. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4.
4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16, and 8 is 24. So the 24-hour day. 4, that splits the day and the night. And 1 and 6 equals to 7, the king. And 4 and 4 equals to 8, the queen. 7 and 8 are a division between the moon of Earth and the 2 moons of Mars, the queen and the king. In this scenario, in which to understand that because king is number 41 and the 4 and 1 in the deck of cards, the 5, 4 and 1, 5 fits into the 9. So therefore, it's going to tell me about Earth. So the king is going to tell me about Earth, and the queen will tell me about Mars. The queen will tell me about anything to do with 8, and the king is going to, hold on a second. Yeah, so I told you that part right there. Let me get a drink. I'm going to come back so I don't mix myself up. There's a lot of stuff going on. And yes, I like to use gematria. I use more of the regular single-digit count in the alphabet than gematria because there's so much work to do as it starts. I can balance it out by doing all the levels: Chaldean, gematria, Hebrew gematria, the regular alphabet counted to a single digit, and the alphabet shift. The alphabet shift is based on 36 and not 26, where I take all the numbers, and you can do it in gematria also, and you move them over. Instead of being on one side of the cube, instead of being on the A1, it now becomes A6. By putting it on A6, you reset the alphabet into starting A on number 6 and finishing on number 31, Z. And it resets the complete alphabet. So if R was the 18th letter, R would become the 23rd letter. If L, also noted to be bat mitzvah, and it gets to be queen. The L is a wing. It's an angel. It's a female. It gets to be the 17th letter. It gets to be the gateway, the L. Whatever letter you want to talk about, the E is now going to be your mirrored world. In your mirrored world, it's going to be 10. It's going to be talking about the mirror. Instead of J10, it's now going to be E10. So when you say the word in French, je, like J-E, which is 10 and 5, right? You're actually bringing those two dimensions together. The alphabet starting from 1 through 26, and then the repositioned alphabet. But some of the work is still hypothetical, hypothesis based on that true reality, because that is the reality. Okay, so I got the beginning of this. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to come back. We're going to do the thing on 1776. Oh. Little protein drink with a little bit of rice milk. Like I've mentioned, and I mention it many times during my videos, it'd be nice to get together a program. Create a program that we can fill in all this information, categorize all our knowledge. Whether we're coming to the end of time or not, it depends what this is a game, this is for arts and entertainment, but it's fully the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That if this was a reincarnated Earth, and that energy was real, and that matter was real, and that carbon was real, and that we were put together in pieces and parts, because you look at a woman and all of a sudden something comes out of her, that's magical. So what is magic? It's the element of something that moves so fast that you don't see it. Magical is something that moves so slow that you don't see it. Magical is first And magical is last. Magical is golden. It's pliable. It's patience. It's also recklessness. Where do I get the gold from? Well, when you're in first place, you get gold. When you're in second place, you get silver. You might as well have the Tin Man. What was the Tin Man missing? A heart? So now we have to understand that if tin is missing heart, and bronze comes from tin, and bronze is third for third place, it's missing a heart. That runner-up or fourth, where is the gold? Is it the scarecrow that was missing a brain? Was it the lion that was missing courage? The lion is a cat, divides the gate. Why was the lion missing courage? The Wizard of Oz, the yellow brick road, the winding road, the Taurus leading to Oz. In Chaldean, Oz is 77. 77 represents what is Yoelev, which is Earth and Mars, the student of Earth and Mars. I'm going to tell you why. What happens with 77 is the mathematics. And the mathematics of 77 is beautiful because it creates 49 and 14. Although it equals to 63, it also equals to 49 and 14, 54. So it equals to the sun and love. It equals also to the IT system. You see, number 63, the word 11 equals to 63, 9, 11. Not only does it equal to 63, it also equals to 48, the word sun, because I'm eliminating what repeats. We use one of them, we use two of them, we use three of them. Or leaven. The bread is leaven. The bread rose into the house of bait. 63 is 18 and 9 equals to 27 inside the house of bait. I and R, there are only two of these. 81 is Venus. To create this, 36 or 360 degrees. So let's do 1776. Let me see if I can put this. Let me see if I can put so I don't have to hold it. Just give me a second here. Is this any good? Let me hold on a second. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if just give me a second. Let me see if I can fix this up so my camera doesn't move so I can have two hands that are free. How does this look? Let me see if I can get this in its place. Let me remove the let me remove that. Okay. So 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, 8 times, all equals 1776. 6 and 8 is 14, 16, 26, 28. 15
and 13 is 28, and 11 is 39. 15, 24, 26, 28. Einstein. 28, 39, 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 3 and 9 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 2 and 8 is 1. The other side of this is multiplying it by a single point. 1 times 6, etc. 2 times 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 2 times 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 9 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 4 times 4 equals 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 and 6 is 9. 6 times 9 is 54. 5 and 4 is 9. By the way, love comes out of this one in rotation of 96, which is a fabrication from 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. The rotation also of 96, also 69, is 3 by 23 or 4 by 24. It just so happens that the reverse of this is this, and the alphabet inverses between 3 and 4 as it inverses between 23 and 24. The reverse alphabet in the house of Bate is 27. So this one over here will be 13, 19, and 7, 16, and 13 is 29, 39, 42. I don't like that I'm so messy, but anyways, 1, 2, 7, 14, 23, 30, 39, 46. 7, 10, 17, 23, 30, 37. So this would be 1, 1, 6. This would be 1, 1, 1, 6. This would be 5. This would be 8. Anyways, with this one over here, you're going to create DC. You're also going to create 77. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 7. And then this one over here, 1, 1, 6. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 will create that. Let me do it again. 1 times 1 equals to 1. 1 plus 1 equals to 2. I did these two. Now I do these two. 1 times 6 equals to 6. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. 7 and 6 is 13, 14, 15, 16 equals to 1 plus 6 equals to 7. We have 777, bringing the two of them together. To reach the moon, 13, 31, and 13 equals 57. 31 and 13 and 31 equals to 75 in the year 5775, where man ended up on the moon in 1969, and 60 years later is the end of that time period in the year 2029. So that is your base on 1776. It just so happens that the answer to this addition and the answer to this addition are both 95, and they both create 131. Both Einstein and Neptune create the same situation. Okay, let me take the camera off. Let me check out some of the comments. I still didn't finish what I started right at the beginning. For those of you who have been here for the entire time, yeah, it takes a long time, eh? Hi, Miss Watkins. Okay, so I want to finish off what I did with the weekdays, and I don't know where the page is. Okay, just before we end this 2 hours and 4 minutes, it is going to be 12:12 on the clock. We're in the 12th minute. I want to do the second part of the days, where we start with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here's a true ending where Sunday is first and last, but we need Sunday back at the beginning, right? Which way can we look at it, right? There's a couple of ways to look at it. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Boom, we did it. So we have the first week ends here, and the next week ends here, and the next week ends here. So how many weeks did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 3 weeks. When we run it in the fourth formation, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 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 Sunday. 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 28, 32. Why did I make a mistake here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I made a little boo-boo. See that? $20, $24, $28. And we did Saturday 1, Saturday 2, Saturday 3, 4. So in this one, we needed 4 weeks. In this one, we needed 4 weeks. In this one, we needed 3 weeks to complete this. Again, 3 and 4, the dividing house. The alphabet divides at 13 and 14. 1.35 ACESUN, sun. So we're going to end the video now. I think we had one thing that we didn't do yet. I don't know, but I'm extremely tired. I want to thank you for being here. If you want to help out the channel, that'd be great. I'm going to leave my email, but I know we can't do it that way. I'm a Canuck Canadian. In basis, it says that Earth and Mars are one. We can't believe that we can go there. We have to know we're already here. Inside the game I play, it says that we live like in these iPods on planet Earth, and the pods are part of the Mars project. Mars has 2 moons. Earth has 1 moon. The ACE letter picks up 1 moon and 2 moons. We work with all 3 moons. There's more than 1 sun. There are a few suns. And I note because the father of creation had Isaac, had Jacob, and had Abraham. He had communication. Here he had the ISAC. Now, I'm not sure if he's talking about the Department of Motor Vehicles, if he's talking about the SAQ, which is a place for alcohol, which means spirit. He had the Abraham, which Ham is a part of communication, the arm of a communication. You can also say Arba. Achat shtayim shalosh arba. Achat shtayim shalosh arba. Why would we say that? Achat shtayim shalosh arba. So it says fourth inside of this when you're talking in Hebrew. So Isaac equals to 5 and 9, 14 and 19. 33, 9 and 19, 28, 29, 30, 33. 10, 11, 14 and 15, 29, 31. Abraham, 8, 9 and 13, 22, 23, and 18 is 41, 42, 44. It just so happens that that is 77, that is 75, and that is 64. Zion, electric matter. Christ, moon, DC creation. 1, 3, 5. 6 and 4, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 and 5, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. M13, let's call it matter or Mars. And E5, let's call it Earth. At the same time, we can call it energy, matter and energy. When M13 and E5 come together, you have 18, the heavens of the mirror spirit born into the mirror house. 18. 18, 18, 18, born into the sun. And this is what the numbers tell me, and that is the story I tell. And I covered basically all of everything that I've ever done, but there's so much more because there's a lot of numbers and a lot of combinations proving what the numbers do themselves in order to create a stronger story that is told. We still have not done the zodiac or the rest of the planets. We did not do the numeric value for each of the days of the week in English and in French. We have not done the zodiac signs. We have not spoken about a lot of things. So maybe another day we're going to get on to something. If you have any questions, if you want to get into anything in the Bible, it doesn't matter what it is. If you want to talk about the word Genesis, and just Genesis, the end of the word is actually telling us about Area 51. G and E tells you about the moon. The N tells you about the passage in the sun. It's Nesera Gesera, which must come back for the reason of the word. It's because it's the vibration. It's what goes in here, what comes out here, and what you breathe goes back into the system. So the system might be thinking, I'm not really sure how it catches on to all of this, but it knows when you're asleep and it knows when you're awake. Christmas, 110. Santa Claus, the signature. In French, they go Noël, which means Christmas. Inside of Christ, it says first. It also says caché, which means to hide. It's also what can be that I do not know, because I do not know that's why I need to work with a little bit of plumbing and electric. I need to work with people who built the computer so I can hear other words that are used in the computer, because everything is just being repeated, just being put in a different place. Instead of being inside of here, it's in a screen in front of you. With that screen and you're basically the same in a way. That's it for now. I want to thank you for watching. And if you can help out the channel, that'd be great. And here's my email if you want to send me anything. Do not send me anything that I have to open, because I'm probably not going to open it. BA, welcome if it's your first time. If you have any questions, I was watching a little bit of Gematria Effect on YouTube. I think it's fantastic that there's others out here. It'd be nice to be able to speak to them and talk more about numbers and what's going on. There's so much. There's just so much that's going on. It's just mind-boggling. Thank you for watching. When I began this project, the first 13 years, all I was doing was collecting information. I had no idea where I was going with it. But lo and behold, many years later, I took yellow and blue, and I turned it into number 49. How did I do that? Because it created the color green, which is number 49. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. If you haven't been here before, this is how I'm decked out. Decked out just like that. If you want to look at the wall, those are my bricks on the wall. You want to look it upside down. It's pretty cool when it's upside down.
Before we go, it's funny because in the middle of numbers on the roulette wheel, the seventh inning stretch is between the numbers 18 and 19, between the numbers 18 and 29, between 18 and 21, equaling to 39, saying Angels. It's at the 6.5 innings played. Cheers to all. I'm holding up all these fingers. 38, 13, and 18. It's the only finger that only gets 4 numbers. These, okay, this gets 7 and 2, as well as 9. 7, 2, 9. So it gets 6. 7, 2, 9. That means it gets 17, 12, and 19. And there's 2 of them. So you're getting 4, you're getting basically 8 different positions, but here you're getting a single position for only 4 numbers. Cheers. Good night. Be well.